The Night Monsters. Yeah, no. Colin Kapoor is not the Night Monster. He is the broadcast and communications director for the Night Monsters. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Some exciting things happening. I mean, I know the Night Monsters are in 7th, but explain a little bit about how that works, because playoff picture's like right there. You're in it.
Yeah, playoffs are right around the corner, and that's the really fun part about what we have going on right now is that the Night Monsters are firmly in a playoff spot. And I just want to contextualize this for the viewers out there. It is a big deal for a new team in the ECHL to be as successful as the Night Monsters are right now. You don't see that all the time, and so I think it's really exciting how good the team is, how the fan base is really activated behind us. So it's a really, really fun part of the season, and the best part is that they're coming back home for the next couple of weeks, and they're going to be right here for 2 straight weeks, 6 straight home games.
Right on, as they go into the end of the season for the most part, right?
Yeah.
Which is beautiful. I think they're in Florida now.
So game 3 against the Everblades is tonight, but then after tonight, 2 straight weeks at home against Allen and then against the Tulsa Oilers and the Idaho Steelheads. So some good, exciting matchups coming in. Some great theme nights as well at the Tahoe Blue Event Center, which is right down the street from us here, which is pretty cool. So a lot of fun happening, and I think the cool thing about it is, you think about the playoffs, is that we want the fans to be kind of activated behind the team, and we want the fan base to really elevate behind us, and that's happening so far. So
yeah, well, kind of it's in the air since USA played Canada, and now it's kind of the vibes
this
going
has been a great week for hockey as the sport, and on our level, we're also bringing that too.
Yeah, now you work closely with the team. I mean, what kind of behind-the-scenes moments have you had that were some that sort of stand out more than others?
I think the behind-the-scene moments that I think about are when I'm interacting with the veteran leadership of this team, and that's, the captain is Luke Adam, these alternate captains, Logan Nelson, Anthony Collins. And Luke Adam is a guy that's played in the NHL before. He is a great captain for this team. But Collins and Nelson are 2 of the funniest guys I've ever come across in my time in sports, but also just overall. And I think it's so great the way that they run this team, these 3 leaders, because I was talking to one of the rookies on the team, Adam Robbins, just a couple of weeks ago, and he was telling me just every time he interacts with these guys, like, he learns so much. And it's great the way that head coach Alex Lowe manages this roster and the lineup for each game. When a guy is maybe scuffling a little bit, he puts them on a line with Luke Adam. And Luke Adam is a really great distributor. He elevates everyone, and he sees his role as, I'm going to help these guys succeed. He had a game with 5 assists this season. He had a game with 5, a completely separate game with 5 points this season. He's a really great player, and he's NHL, obviously, talent. He's played in the AHL, which is that second league above us, for over 300 games. So when I'm kind of interacting with the guys in the locker room and Kali and Nelly are around, it's always fun. There's always a laugh that's about to happen in the locker room.
That's awesome. That's great to hear, because I know some of these guys, I don't know if it's like baseball necessarily, but they can come up, get pulled down, go back up, and you have leaders like this. And you nailed it right out of the top of the gate. Like, it takes a franchise years, sometimes 10, to build in the way they've built so quickly. What do you think that is?
I think it's a combination of a few things, and I've actually thought about this a lot. I think the key thing that I think about is being affiliated with Vegas, and there's a lot of really great perks that comes along with that. The biggest one is trust. The Golden Knights really trust our coaching staff, and that's Coach Alex Lowe and assistant coach Brett Boeing, to develop these young players. So you see our young guns line, which is what I call them, of Sloan Stanek, Simone Pinard, and Bear Hughes, are all AHL contracted players. But they get top power play minutes, top penalty kill minutes, and top line minutes with us, because Vegas and Henderson trust us to develop them. And so that's why we have that talent here. And I think it's also, the coaching. Alex Lowe is a really fantastic, really cerebral head coach, great at making adjustments in game. He's also great, and this is another thing. I talked to him before the season started, and I said, how are you going to kind of manage with these veterans? He said, my coaching staff, or my style, is let the vets, run the locker room the way that they run a locker room. And we see with Collins and Nelson, who've been in this league, Collins described it to me, he knows the ECHL like the back of his hand. He's played over 500 games in this league. Nelson's played over 500 games in this league too. So these veterans really run the room right, and then having the Vegas affiliation helps keeping the players here and allowing Lowe and Boeing and the veterans, the captains, to develop them as well.
Well said, man. I love the culture. Thank you for coming in to share. Very exciting time of the year for sure. Colin Kapoor right there, broadcast communications director. Thank you. I'm definitely going to get myself out there.
Absolutely. It'll be fun.